Hello, Swapnil.
Hello. Hello. Hi, Jean-Luc.
Hi, Swapnil. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. We are hard working.
I'm sorry, I didn't get what you said. Can you repeat once
Yeah, do you have lots of work
more?
at the
Not
moment?
really. It's weekend. It's almost weekend, so there is not much left now.
Okay.
How
And
about
you
you?
also,
Are you
yeah,
busy?
yesterday I published no, this morning. This morning I published, I pushed the API version of GitHub, the official repo. Yeah,
Okay.
I will, yeah, in chat you can see the,
Yeah.
the current version. I had some issues with the, I don't know, the DCO.
Right.
One check asked me to rebase some commits. It was strange because, yeah, I paid attention, but
Okay. Did you add that DCO for every subsequent PRs? Did you add any DCO support for that?
sorry.
There is a generally, I think on Hyperledger, what you were mentioning also on Discord that on Hyperledger all commits have to be signed by a DCO. I think they have a check on this on each and every pull request that you do on Hyperledger. So did you got around to that, or I can do that if that is all right?
Yes, yes, true. But yeah, it's the first time that it checked the DCO and asked me to rebase one commit
Okay.
because I was certain that the I was sure that I paid attention to each commit. Yeah,
Okay.
it's simply to add the dash s option and
Uh-huh.
when you commit. So I don't know, but I solved, and also another issue is with some files with conflicts, but it was simply to solve in that case.
Okay. That's great. I'll in the future I'll add that DCO. I think it's added to the GitHub actions, which checks for every subsequent PRs that all the commits have been verified or not. I'll add that
Okay.
if that is all right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. But it's first time maybe because I changed pretty the old code in the old code in the repo.
Okay.
So I don't know. But now we have the new version pushed, and also if we want to post something on LinkedIn or create a blog post for Medium, yeah, it could be an idea. I don't know, next week, for example.
Oh yes, definitely. We can talk about this right now as well.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want a blog post, you just have to make sure that we understand what the tone and the content of the message is, and we'll get that out when you want it out and where you want it out.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because uh, this morning I pushed the new version, the API version on the GitHub official repo, and so could be a good idea to I don't know, share this information in the social media. And one idea could be to write an article for Medium and post something on LinkedIn related to the article, for example. I think, and if we also to this can be an opportunity to practice with new mentees that want to write something on Medium.
Perfect. What we'll do is, I guess today there's a lot of options for the name that we can go over and try to get that down, because it's hard to make the announcement if we don't know what to call ourselves. So once we decide on that, and you just tell us what the, again, the meaning of the message is, we'll get that written up and you can go over it before we send it out and let us know if we hit the mark or not.
Okay. Okay, about license. Yeah, I'd like to have help from you if to understand if I'm right. And let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, this is the third-party license policy of Apache Software Foundation. And this is because we have a third-party libraries, for example. So I also shared this document. We have some third-party libraries, and this is the list of the libraries. And reading the document, we see that there are different categories of each libraries. It depends on the license. For example, the A category. This is the list of software with A category, and they are Apache-like, and all our libraries are in A category. And so I'm happy, but we also need to create license and notice file. And yes, there is the link for assembling license and notice file. Notice file is license file is very easy, because we can start copying the full file inside the license, and it's all. But the notice file, it's pretty more difficult, because it's important to read all that document. And I see that in case of non-bundled dependencies, do not modify license or notice. This is the sentence that I inquired, that I'm investigating, because it's also.
Can you modify A and B, just not C? Am I reading that wrong?
Where?
It says do not modify license C.
Yeah, do not modify license or notice.
Oh, I can't see that on the page. I'm sorry, my screen. I just thought it said license C. Okay. Oh yeah, I got
it.
Okay. License of notice for okay.
Yeah, we have two files. We have to create two files. One is the license, and the license just copy the full content of the Apache 2 license into that file. And the second one is notice file. And I see, do not modify license or notice for non-bundled dependencies. And in the same page, we have an example of the definition of bundles versus non-bundles dependencies. If only difference, okay, at the same time, while the other forces users do download super widget separately, license and notice may not need to modify to account for different bundled bits. Yeah, I understand this sentence that if our libraries are downloaded separately in a separate way of the rest of the software, they are non-bundled. And it repeats again, do not add license and other dependencies which are not in the distribution, only bundled bits matter. So this is the question.
So the question is, rephrase it so that we are like, so
Yeah.
are we bundling, like, are the packages that are going to go and the dependencies that are going to go under this license, are they bundled or not bundled?
Yeah, if our libraries are bundled or not, in my opinion, they are not bundled. They are not non-bundled dependencies because we force users to download
Yes.
the library in a separate way.
So again, the question you're asking us to discuss is whether we're bundled or not bundled.
Yes, sure.
And right now we're not bundled.
Yeah, I think it's they are not bundled, and yeah, bundled means like integrated.
Yeah. So you don't have
Yeah.
to download separate dependencies before you start.
Okay. If so, and our dependencies are non-bundled, it says do not add to license and notice dependencies which are not in the distribution, only bundled bits matter. Means that we don't care non-bundled. I answer, this is my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
So you're saying,
sorry, I have difficult
if you're
with
bundled,
English.
no, you're perfect. You're perfect. It's just a hard topic to get your head around. So if we go the route that is not bundled, we just have to copy these licenses as is.
Yes.
And the question is, can we stay not bundled?
No, the question is if I understood right.
Oh, I think so. Yes. I don't know. I'll
Yeah.
see to everybody else who's listening as well, but that's how I read it too. That if you are doing it the way we're doing it, non-bundled, that the route is easier, correct?
Yes, it's easier. And this is the case with each we see the code, the current version of the code. The license it's the standard Apache 2 license, and the notice files become just one sentence, which is very similar. I saw that in Besu,
It's the best place to get stuff.
yeah, it's the same, but they also Besu, for example, bundled code from another, starting from another version. And in that case, they add that one and also the other sentences. But if I checked all the tools inside the Hyperledger ecosystem, and no tool has the notice file. Okay, only Besu, which bundled code. This is the question. So if I understand right, we force users to download the libraries in a separate way. Yeah, because we to install the software, you have to install in that case, you have to install that libraries using pip install I don't know, LangChain, pip install LangChain community, and so on. So in a separate way, it's not bundled in our software. And if so, we have in non-bundled dependency. So the notice file become very easy to
Perfect.
build. Okay. Finish the question.
Again, that's my understanding. I'll ask Arunima and Tripur and Swapnil what they think.
Also, if you have question, because I read in depth all the 2 pages mentioned. So I see also each sentence of the that document.
Gianluca, can you just send the link in the chat so that I can go through
Yes,
that
yes,
properly?
sure, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is that's one. Okay, one is that one, which is the main file, and this is the rule for assembling the notice file. Yeah, the second one is I investigated in the second one.
Hello.
Yes, Swapnil?
Yeah, the way I understand attribution is that for direct dependencies, all you have to provide is that we like to thank these particular libraries for their support. And with respect to Apache license, I don't think that notice file is particularly important for any sort of dependencies, because by the end of our project, we'd be depending on a lot of dependencies that are secondary dependencies or tertiary dependencies. So we really can't attribute everyone inside in our project. So direct dependencies we can do a separate if we want to do, because there is no hard and fast rule for providing any sort of attribution for any libraries. The license file is the most important file, and I think in my PR I've also added that particular file. So I don't think we have any sort of what we have any sort of responsibility with the notice file with respect to dependencies. We can only attribute to them that we are thankful for their work or we are using the work, but there is no hard and fast rule for that to provide that.
Okay. Yeah, because the file, the documents start with the step-by-step instruction and start creating notice for any bundle dependency.
Yes, these will be like these dependencies will be pulled over time when the user starts to run our project. So we are not really taking these. This is not like a what do you call that? A Git attribute. What it's called. Uh, we're not really letting the users clone that particular project. Which, wait, I'll tell you. Like this is just an example. This is what Bazel are doing. They're also Apache licensed, so they also don't provide any notice file or anything. No, I don't. I haven't seen notice files around a lot, but
Okay.
I think what the bundle dependencies, what it would mean is that if you have a sort of a, it's called a Git. I think in Git, when you're trying to use their code along, you're sort of building their code along with your code, then you have to provide it as a bundle dependencies. But I don't think we'll have a bundle dependencies per se. Our project will have those dependencies.
Okay.
This is just because you're using a package manager, so it will pull certain dependencies. So you now sort of depend on those dependencies, and then those dependencies will depend on other dependencies. So you can't really control all that and attribute everybody who's been dependent on each other. So that sort of.
I have a really, really, really basic question right now. So when when I download like a instance of Fabric, and I spend more time trying to get the Docker and all that other stuff up to date, those are bundled dependencies.
Okay. In my opinion, they are non-bundled because you download in a separate way. Okay, but
So
bundle.
bundled would be it comes within our GitHub repository. You don't have to go to somebody else's.
Yeah, I think bundled means that you use a chunk of code of a previous version of a chunk of code of another software, or in other case, you create a package and inside the package you are some libraries. But if you, as far as I know, if you force users to download separately, in that case are non-bundled.
I can share my screen. I have just one
Yeah.
thing to show.
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
So, so this is one of the project. Like, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, like here, when I'm trying to like this particular code, when we're trying to run this code, it will use Lua as a dependency. So this is a Git submodule. So this is now a bundle dependency. Like if I go to this Lua, if I try to pull this, because this is a separate package and this is a separate repository in itself, and it will put all the code. When you're trying to build this, it will pull all the code if you try to run my code. So now this is sort of a bundle dependency. Then I have to provide attribution to Lua as well, that I'm using their code. So I think it's called a Git submodule, or if you have a module. So this uses a Git module, which is Lua. So
Okay.
now this is a bundle dependency.
Okay, clear.
Yes, much clearer. Thank you very much.
Okay, now it's clear. So the the version pushed this morning is pretty the final first version of our prototype. I will not change license and notice file.
Yeah, I think you're covered. I think you got it right.
Okay, thank you. And
if we want, we can spend the next few minutes talking about what we're going to call this.
yes, yes, sure.
I saw a lot more names on there and I liked some of them. So I don't know how we do this, but Gianluca, why don't you tell us your favorites?
Yeah, maybe mind. Also following Arunma suggestion. Mind, it's yeah, I like much of many of them, but I don't know. Mind
Mine,
seems.
I'm going to put it in the chat. Tell me if I'm spelling it right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because it is my. I put another list. One is. Okay. Yes, mind.
That's a great name.
This is the list, my list of this morning, and also I had the list of Swapnil. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
got some of these names from what like Aries is supposed to be a constellation. So I thought, okay, what else is in space, and I started to get some of this from them.
I'm just checking domain names for some of these. So mind obviously is taken. Mind AI is taken. AI mind is taken. So how else can we? Wow, even minds with a Z is unavailable.
I think up to 5 or 6 characters, all domain names would have been taken, if they're an actual word. So we'll have a tough time there, and we'll have to use a bigger name probably. longer.
Mind service. I really like the mind. I think that is great. Nova is great too. So does everybody just want to put their top favorite in the chat and we'll see what's there?
Okay.
Arunima, you got to pick one.
Yeah, I mean, my first priority, the term that I like the most is mind, but if not mind, then Nova also sounds good. So
I like
first is
mind.
always mind.
Yeah, I like mind too. We'll have trouble finding a domain name unless we like do something funky with it. I don't think I'm checking now, but I think mind.ai is taken too. Let me see. Yeah, there's an AI tool on mind.ai. Yeah, we'll figure something out. So should we go with mind? I don't want to. Jump in. Neural AI. That's not, I like it, but it's not marketable because people don't know how to spell neuron. Up. I think the simple one, I actually like the simple one. So what are we in conclusion? We have a lot of minds, like minds. So anybody who is in agreement with minds, put a thumbs up in the chat or in the, whatchamacallit. So I'm going to say yes to mind.
Nova is also good.
Excuse me?
Nova.
Nova. You like Nova?
Yeah.
Let me just check who is Nova. Who is .com. And then type in Nova. Nova.com is taken, but let's see if Nova AI is available. I don't think so. It's not giving it to me. Let me see. Oh, GoDaddy owns Nova. Interesting. They can be bought. Oh, so now we have two names, Mind and Nova. Are we, well, here's a big question. Are we leaving it up to the five of us? Or are we going to have the other mentees get involved in the naming and we can just give them two names? Ooh, Mind Dynamics is catchy.
Okay.
So are we going to have a vote on Monday or are we going to decide today?
Okay. Can I vote something on Discord? Or
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we can start a vote on Discord
okay.
to get the responses, and maybe by that time we can encourage them to think of new names so that we can discuss on Monday as well.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, I write these two names on Discord, and on Monday I will report the result.
Perfect. And then if you give us on Monday the tone of the message you want us to get across, I'll call another meeting either later Monday or Tuesday to get that copy done so that we can get it out next week.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
We're here to support you, Gianluca.
Yeah, I think we can start also the business team writing something
Yeah, as soon
in
as we get
order,
that, we're good to go.
yeah, to involve other mentees.
Yep. Yeah, and involve the team. It's a team effort, so that would be great. But like I said, funny story. When I first like had kids and I would get involved in their schools, I would do the plant sales for them. And the first time I did it, I gave the parents a choice of 25 different colored poinsettias, and nobody ordered any. They were too confused. The next year, I gave them three choices: red, white, and everybody ordered. So if we give the group our top three, I think, oh, I like Mindscape. That's interesting too. But I think if we give them our top three, it'll be a lot easier for everyone to make choices.
I wanted to suggest something in the front end, we can add a sign up section in the footer, so that if someone wants to sign up for our email newsletter, they can do that.
Yep, perfect. That's a
Regarding
great
that,
idea.
But,
where exactly would we want to host our blogs? Like on Medium or on our website, like on the application itself?
I guess on the application would be better, because that would create uh, the sign, like the how many people come up to the website, and that's how uh, most of the companies do it. In like Solana have their own way like they have their blog post, and then if you go around and you see careers and all those things in the footer, so yeah, you get to click on those things also. So I think it will be much better if we do it on our own website to create more traction. What do you
I list websites, so I can get a website up in 10 minutes. I can secure the name and get it up. So as soon as we decide what we want to go after, I can go to, actually, let me share my screen real quick. Can't share my screen if I'm not on Zoom. Hold on. And I'm sure
I
you've
was
all
also
seen, I'm sure you've all seen this tool before. But this is whois.com, and all you have to do is type in the name and it'll show who owns it, or you can do mine.ai and it shows who owns it. So if we have come up with a name, it'll take me 2 minutes to, go through this and find an acceptable, novaai.com sounds silly. I hate two vowels in a row, but it's already taken. So we have to like work on that once we get the name down, and then we can have an external website. We can put our blog posts, a page for our blog post, page for our newsletter, really get the communications down. All right. So do we have the top three, or we'll figure that out 15 minutes before the call on Monday?
Okay, yeah, great.
Okay, so let's meet a few minutes before so we can come up with the choices, or let them come up. We'll discuss whatever pops up in Discord then too.
Okay.
Gianluca, I
I
have a question. Are you available right now?
Yes, yeah. We can also you can use if we are only me and you, we can use Discord.
Yes, of course. Sure.
Okay. Is it a technical question?
Yes, it's mostly technical.
Okay.
Okay.
I also
Thank you.
wanted to suggest one thing. Like,
Yeah.
if we can do a competitive analysis in the, with all the products that are available, which are similar to us, so to know what is happening and how we can compete with them. Like, I can take that project up if we, because have doing a competitive analysis would make our UI UX much better, because we will be able to add more features and make it like one product which has everything in it.
Okay, it's a good idea. Yeah, for me it's a good idea. Also, yeah, I investigated something with other, yeah, on Discord. Some mentees asked me to do something regarding the AI, and I assigned some tasks um, for checking other libraries that we will not use, but all, just to see the performance and the quality of the response. But I think, yeah, it's important to design a process of evaluating the other tools, similar
Yeah, there's a
to.
spot on the business plan on the page for competition, and you can write whatever you want. I'm just going to share my screen because I don't know if you want this or not. Hold on, let me just see if I can do this. Where'd it go? So I get lots of stuff from lots of people. So this was a LinkedIn message that I got from Udemy, which obviously is like an important educational software package, one of the more popular ones. And they actually have a chatbot that does what we do, tailored to the responses on the training site, enhanced. So I thought this would be something that I'm going to drop the Udemy link in the chat, just in case you wanted to pursue looking into what they're about, because it kind of sounds like they're doing exactly the same thing that we are over at Udemy. Just again, you mentioned competition, and that was something I was going to put on the webpage, but you saved me the time.
Okay.
I have explored Udemy, so it's basically uh, a platform like Skillshare. If you know what a Skillshare is, like people record their courses and they post it on Udemy, and people can like we can buy their courses. So
Yeah,
uh,
we're going to have our course up there too.
yeah.
Absolutely. But I just thought it was interesting because they were marketing a chat bot for your education sites.
Oh,
That's what
Yeah,
that memo
absolutely.
was about. Yeah, the memo said, hold on, let me read it real quick. The key benefits. Okay, so wait, just reaching out because we have identified a crucial gap in student support. To address this challenge effectively, we propose integrating an AI-powered chatbot directly into the course interface. This chatbot will serve as a virtual assistant, providing prompt and accurate responses to students questioning regarding the course material and whether there is videos, audios, or whatever. The key benefits include instant assistant, tailored responses, enhanced learning experience, efficient support system. So they're like marketing the same kind of tool.
Yeah, but there is another request similar from the training team of Linux Foundation, because when I met, yeah, I don't remember the name of the guys, organized by David, they asked me, they told me that they are working on system which produce automatically, I don't know, like text for education. So it's one, the text generation in general, it's one of the use case of that, the background technology. Transformer technology, yes, yeah, question answering, text generation, text translation, summarization, yeah. So we can also see this different use case.
Yep, this would be a great use case for us as well, education, putting it on there for courses. Just another way to market it.
Okay.
All right. So everybody think over the weekend about great names, and that will be like the first thing I'll put on the agenda is to somehow vote on a name. And we'll move from there. And again, thank you everyone for all this time we're putting in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we'll
Have
talk
a great
soon.
weekend.
Yeah. Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye, everyone.